guys! In today's video I want to share with you how you can come to Japan to study at the university for free. My name is Irina and I'm from Russia, but for the last 5 years I've been living and studying in Japan, in a city called Osaka. I have a master's degree from Osaka University and I am now also working on finishing my PhD program here as well. All of this was only possible thanks to this amazing scholarship provided by the Japanese government. This scholarship gives an opportunity to foreign students just like me to obtain a master's or PhD degree from a university here in Japan. After my last video, I've been asked a lot of questions about this scholarship, so for today I will make a video only about it and explain to you what exactly is this program and when and how can you apply for it. The scholarship is called Japanese Government Mext Scholarship. Mext here stands for the Ministry of Education, Culture, Science, Sport and Technology, which funds these scholarships. Under this program, the Japanese government will provide you with a monthly scholarship of approximately 140,000 yen for the whole period of your study. It will cover your tuition fees again for the whole period of your study, and it will also pay your travel expenses to and from Japan. There are a few types of Mext scholarship, I think around 6 in total, but out of them only these 2 will result in an academic degree. Number 1 is Undergraduate Student Scholarship. It will provide you with a scholarship for 5 years in total. During your first year, you will take obligatory Japanese language courses, which will prepare you for the classes at the Japanese university. In the following 4 years, you will study along with Japanese students in order to get your bachelor's degree in the desired field. Number 2 is Research Student Scholarship, which allows you to study at a graduate school in order to obtain either master's or PhD degree depending on what you are aiming for. This is the scholarship which I had when I came to Japan and therefore I know the most about. So now let's talk in more details about how does it actually work. If you are accepted for the Research Student Scholarship, you arrive to Japan in the beginning of your academic year, which is in April. In some cases you can arrange it to start from October as well, because October is the beginning of the second semester. At first, you are not officially enrolled at your graduate school, but you are granted with a special status called Research Student or Kenkyusei in Japanese. This status basically allows you to use all the facilities of a university. So for example, you can go to the library and borrow some books there, you can also use computers at the network center at your faculty, etc. Also, you can take classes at your graduate school, but you will not get credits for them because you are not an official student yet. Also, for example, if when you came to Japan you didn't speak Japanese very well or at all, then you can take Japanese language classes at your university for free. You can choose between taking them for 1 semester or for 2 semesters. And don't worry, because any university nowadays has a variety of language courses for different levels of proficiency. So you can choose between classes for the beginners, intermediate level, or, and this one I do recommend you to take, a Japanese class of academic writing. You will need this one. Your main objective as a research student is to prepare yourself for the entrance exams for either master's or PhD degree program, depending on what you are aiming for. The entrance exams take place twice a year, in February and in the end of August, beginning of September, depending on your faculty. So for example, if you want to start from April, you will have to take exams in February. And if you want to start your program from October, then take exams in the end of August, beginning of September. So the Mext scholarship is provided for you as for research student, and it is for the maximum of 2 years. within which you have a few attempts to pass the exam. So the regular path for you would be to arrive in Japan in April, then to take 3 Japanese language courses in the first half a year, then study extremely hard for the entrance exams and to take the entrance exams in August. If you didn't pass them, you still can try in February. If it was again unsuccessful, don't give up just yet, because you still have one last chance to take exams in the August next year. If you did manage to pass the exams, then you will be officially enrolled at your graduate school as a master's or a PhD student. That would mean that your status as a research student has changed. Therefore, you would have to apply to Mext for the extension of your scholarship, so it would cover your master's program as well. But don't worry, because this is quite an easy procedure. The only thing you have to do is to submit a set of documents to the office of your faculty. Among those documents should be the letter of recommendation from your professor and your research plan. There will be no more exams and no more interviews. And also, as far as I know, every research student who have applied for the extension of their scholarship got it. Again, if in 2 years after you have completed your master's degree, you want to stay at your faculty or at your university and to get PhD degree as well, then you have to apply to Mext again. So now, when you understand a bit better what is the Mext scholarship for a research student, let's talk about how, when and where do you apply for it. If you are outside of Japan, there are 2 main ways through which you can get accepted for this scholarship. First is to get recommended by the Embassy or Consulate General of Japan in your country. The second is to get recommended directly by the Japanese university which wants to accept you. The last option is extremely difficult and extremely rare, so let's mainly focus on how most of us will have to do it, which is to apply through the Embassy or Consulate General of Japan in your country. The application procedure starts around April each year, but this deadline may vary depending on your country, so make sure to check all the deadlines carefully. You can find them on the website of the Embassy or Consulate General of Japan in your country. On the first stage of the application process, you are required to submit a set of documents, such as, for example, your application form, your graduation certificate, your transcript of records, etc. But the most important factor is your estimated research plan. Here, you have to make it clear how is your research connected to Japan and why you should do it in a Japanese university and nowhere else. Convince them. Another document you should take very seriously is the placement preference form, which is a list that contains 3 universities you would like to study in. I will recommend you to do an online research beforehand to find the professors who are doing research in a related field and then to contact them. Tell them that you are coming to their university as Mext student and you would be very grateful if they could be your supervisor. It gives you a huge advantage if you have contact with professors this early in the application process. The next stage of the application starts in June, when you are invited to the Embassy or the Consulate of Japan in your country to take exams and an interview. Applicants for the undergraduate program are required to take 3 exams: Japanese, English, and mathematics. Also, in some cases, you might be asked to take biology, chemistry, or physics exam, depending on what you are going to study at the Japanese university. For those applying for the research student program, you have to take 2 exams, Japanese and English. As I mentioned in my previous video, many universities nowadays have programs in English, so for them you are not required to know Japanese at all. However, for such fields of study as, for example, Japanese linguistics or Japanese literature, naturally you need to know Japanese for them, so the high level of Japanese proficiency will be expected from you. You will also have an interview with a few Japanese professors, during which you should show clear understanding of your research goals, and you should also express your interest and passion for Japan. The results of this screening will be announced around the end of August. If you manage to successfully pass these stages, you have to once again contact Japanese professor in the university of your choice and ask him to send you the letter of acceptance. If you manage to achieve this, your chances to get accepted for the scholarship are extremely high. The final results will be announced in September, and you will travel to Japan in the beginning of April. I know this sounds complicated and maybe even scary, but as long as you want it, you can do it. I am now getting my second degree at Osaka University, and every day I talk to other friends who are also studying in Japan through the Mext scholarship. I made this video because I want to help you to understand how does this scholarship work, but also I want to show you that it is possible. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate all your comments and likes. Thank you so much. If you have any more questions about studying in Japan, the Mext scholarship, or Japan in general, just leave them in the comments down below and maybe I can make a new video for you. That's all for today. Bye bye!